Good morning, class. Today we're going to explore an exciting topic in science: static electricity. Have you ever rubbed a balloon on your hair and watched it stick to the wall or make your hair stand up? That's static electricity in action. Let's dive in and understand what static electricity is and how it works. Static electricity is the buildup of electric charge on the surface of objects. This can happen when two materials rub against each other, causing electrons to move from one material to another. The result? One object becomes positively charged and the other becomes negatively charged. Let's break this down. Every material is made up of atoms, which contain protons, neutrons, and electrons. Protons have a positive charge, electrons have a negative charge, and neutrons are neutral. When objects rub together, electrons can be transferred, leading to an imbalance of charge. Here's a diagram showing the different parts of an atom. Notice how the protons and neutrons are in the nucleus while the electrons orbit around it. When we rub two objects, like a balloon and our hair, electrons can leave our hair and cling to the balloon, making it negatively charged. The process of charging an object by rubbing it against another is called charging by friction. Can anyone give me an example of something you can rub together to create static electricity? That's right, you can rub a rubber balloon on your hair, or even a piece of wool on a plastic ruler. This is how we generate static electricity. Now let's talk about what happens when we have charged objects. Like charges repel each other while opposite charges attract. If you have two positively charged objects, they will push away from each other. However, if you have a negatively charged balloon and a positively charged wall, the balloon will stick to the wall. This is why static electricity can make objects attract or repel each other. Static electricity is not just a fun science experiment, it has real-world applications too. For example, it is used in printers. In laser printers, static electricity is used to attract ink to paper. Can anyone think of other places where static electricity is observed? Let's do a simple experiment to see static electricity in action. If you have a balloon, you can rub it on your hair and then bring it close to small pieces of paper. What do you think will happen? Now let's see if the balloon can pick up the paper. This happens because the balloon is negatively charged and attracts the neutral paper pieces. To wrap up, static electricity is a fascinating phenomenon that occurs due to the transfer of electrons between objects. We learned about how it works, why it happens, and saw some fun examples. Static electricity can make our hair stand up, attract dust particles, and even help with printing. Before we finish, does anyone have questions about static electricity or perhaps an experience related to it they would like to share? Great job today, everyone. I hope you found static electricity as exciting as I do. Remember, the next time you rub a balloon on your hair, you're not just playing, you're doing science.